Hello, hi, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Heather Corinne and I flip furniture for fun and for profit. So if you want to see how I flip these two really cute accent tables, stay tuned. So tonight I'm going to be flipping two pieces because they're both relatively small. This half moon table I got on Facebook Marketplace. The lady was moving and so she was selling them really cheap, really quick. It's the same person that I bought the bookcase that I did a couple weeks ago, and I paid 20 bucks for it, so that wasn't bad at all. It had a lot of dust all over it and it was super glossy, so I went ahead and went over it with some 180 grit sandpaper just lightly to scuff the surface. You don't have to sand when you do chalk paint, but this was so glossy that I was kind of worried that the paint may not stick, and so just as a precaution I did a little once over on it. And then this one, if you watched my previous video on my yard sale haul, I got it for 10 bucks, which was a complete steal because it's got all of this beautiful detail all over it. And it also had a lot of dust all over it and it has some scratches. So I lightly sanded the scratched areas, and then I've cleaned both pieces off entirely twice with Mrs. Meyer's Clean Day all-purpose cleaner just to get every ounce of dust off so that it won't turn the paint red, because these are both a deep red wood color. I was really excited. I was going to do a different piece tonight because my black paint came in, so stay tuned for that possibly next week. But when I got ready to do it, I realized that I had left my paintbrush with white paint on it from the last side table that I did, so I really don't have any options other than to paint something white this evening, and then I'll wash my brush out after these are done, and then it'll be dry and ready for me to paint the black sofa table that I'm really excited about. So I'm going to put 2 coats of white chalk paint on these, and then I'm going to do some light distressing and a coat of wax. If you are a beginner, see my 2 previous videos on how to do those steps in a lot of detail, but I'm just going to speed through this and show you guys how this turns out. So once I started sanding, I just went with it because it looked so good when I put a lot of sanding on all that detail. So I did a lot more distressing on this piece than I had originally intended, but I'm really happy with how that turned out. This one I didn't do that much distressing, just a little bit on the sides and places that would have naturally worn. I quickly wanted to show you what products I used today to create this look. The Chalky Finish Tintable Paint in color Classic White. I'll link that below because I did find it on Amazon. And then the Chalky Finish Clear Sealing Wax that I get from Lowe's, which I can't find on Amazon, but I have linked something similar below as well. So now that I am done sanding these, I did let them sit overnight just to make sure that that second coat had set up nicely. And I'm going to clean them off again with the all-purpose cleaner before applying the coat of wax, and then they will be done. Don't you know that the moment I started cleaning these off, I realized that I had missed a couple of spots on the back of the half moon one. And I had washed my brush out last night with the white paint on it because I wanted to paint something black tonight. And so I got a paper towel and stuck the paper towel into the paint and covered up the spots that I missed. And I'm going to wax this one while I wait on the spots that I touched up to dry on the other one. Yep. Y'all, I'm going to be honest, I don't really feel that good. Not that I can say that I'm sick or anything. I don't know. I don't feel great. But I had to pause in the middle of what I was doing because I had to meet a girl to buy the accent table for my previous video. She paid me $60 for it. So that was a decent profit. I had only paid $15 for that flip. And one of the reasons I don't like meeting people, I'd rather them come to my house, is I had to sit there for almost 40 minutes, which is a complete waste of my time. However, it was my idea to meet in the Starbucks parking lot, so I went through the drive-thru and got my favorite latte. It is a decaf venti non-fat latte, 1 pump of caramel because I'm feeling extra today, and I thought maybe it would make me feel better and feel like finishing these projects. So I finished the other table with all the detailing. It looks absolutely fantastic, and I staged it upstairs. I'm about to wax this one because the paint is definitely dry since I've been gone for such a long time. So I will wax that and get them staged, take photos, post them on Facebook Marketplace, and then I will meet you when they are completely done. Didn't even get a chance to put the wax coat on the second one because right after I posted the first one, I sold it in less than 5 minutes. They already Venmo'd me and they're going to pick it up tomorrow. So right there, that table was $10 at a yard sale, and it just needed some tender love and care, and sold it for $65. I did want to quickly address that if you are flipping your items to sell, then you want to make sure that your listing looks really great. You want a picture that someone's going to see and say, oh my gosh, I need that in my home, and they can actually envision it in their home. So I always try to put it on a clean wall with a little bit of my decor and maybe some photos or something on the wall. I'll take pictures from multiple angles so they can see the whole thing, but then also like an up close version so that they can see the distressing as well. Sometimes I'll even upload my photos into Adobe Lightroom just to adjust the brightness, not necessarily filter it, because you don't want it to look like it unrealistic, like not what it looks like in real life, but just so that the photo is in its best light, like giving it the best version of itself. Also, on the listing, make sure that you fill out the description as well as possible. Like for instance, this one said farmhouse end table / side table / half moon table / crescent table, and in the description it had, you know, it's been chalk painted, distressed, wax sealed, and the dimensions are listed out very specifically. So people typically ask me, oh, what are the dimensions? And I'm like, well, it's in the item description, so I don't have to come back and measure and tell someone every single time. I did sell this piece within 15 minutes of posting it as well, so I sold both of them same evening as I finished working on them, within 5 minutes to 15 minutes of posting them. I am so happy with how these two side tables turned. Please make sure you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you see my next project.